Let's get to correspondent Joe Khalil. He is also live for us there in Washington. Joe, you have more on what's happening on Capitol Hill.
Yeah, that's right. So let's begin with the newest information we have, Nichole, which is that House Democrats next week, either Monday or Tuesday, are going to be meeting all together in one room behind closed doors. This is going to be a private meeting, and we are told that House Democratic leadership expects it could get, in one aide's words, rowdy, that this is going to be an opportunity for the first time since this debate performance by President Biden, that all of them together are going to be able to express how they're feeling. And again, whether you are someone who firmly believes President Biden should be the nominee, or if you're a Democrat who believes maybe he should consider bowing out for someone else, the feelings on both sides seem to be strong. And again, this is going to be the opportunity for everyone to sort of air out their grievance or their support either way. Now, we say Monday or Tuesday. It's regularly scheduled right now for Tuesday, but I'm told by a source because of the urgency of the situation, they may move that up to Monday, just depending. So between now and then, we should learn more. There's also a lot of reporting now, some speculation that you may see a group of House Democrats putting their name on a letter formally asking President Biden to step down. Now, I have heard a number of different things from my sources about that. I've heard from some senior members that there is at least a letter, but that it may not have signatures on it just yet. Either way, these conversations behind closed doors, Nichole, are happening among Democratic members as to what to do next. And so far, there haven't been very many elected Democrats who've come out forcefully and said, yes, President Biden should step aside. There are conversations, but take a look at who has at least said that or suggested it so far. You've got Congressman Lloyd Doggett, a longtime Democratic member from Texas, who was the first one, and so far the only one to say very clearly President Biden should step aside. You've got other members, people like Jared Golden, moderate from Maine, and another moderate from Washington State. They have come out and they have said they think President Trump is going to win this election, but they stopped short of actually calling for President Biden to step down. And we just confirmed that Congresswoman Summer Lee, this is a progressive Democrat from the Pittsburgh area, President Biden's home state where he grew up, Pennsylvania, she says that President Biden, if he's going to drop out, should think about doing that sooner rather than later. And she also said Kamala Harris would be the person to step in for him. That's not calling on President Biden to step down, but again, people now being more open to the conversation. And take a listen to what Jim Clyburn, one of the most senior members of the House Democratic Caucus and a strong ally of President Biden, told us just last night.
There is a pretty deep bench, if required. I'm going with the first team at this point. And if something were to happen with the first team, then we'll take a look at those other people downstream. But right now, I am for Joe Biden.
Going with the first team, he says, supporting Joe Biden. But the fact that he was even willing to entertain the idea of who's on the bench is, I think, noteworthy and a bit telling, Nichole, as to how this conversation has shifted. I'll just leave you with this. One Democratic source I was speaking to today told me about the meeting coming up next week, that if Democratic leaders are going to tell the people who have concerns about President Biden to simply shut up, fall in line, support the president, I'm told there are going to be problems, because there are certainly a lot of concerns, private ones, and they don't want to be told to simply fall in line and forget about those concerns.
Yeah, and it certainly doesn't appear that those concerns are going away. So we'll see what happens. Joe, thank you. Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find News Nation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of News Nation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.